Well, I got over there and I didn't want to record because I didn't want to embarrass my friend about locking himself inside of his vehicle. Had to walk him through unlocking the door. Oh, really? I just run a piece of baling wire in there and uh, grabbed his keys and pulled him out the window. No big deal. Anyway, my brand new chainsaw that I've only used twice, and I bought this because I was sick to death at having to work on my Poland chainsaw every time I needed to use it. So I went and bought a steel so that wouldn't happen anymore. And guess what? Won't crank, won't run, and I've only used it twice. So this is aggravating the crap out of me. I don't want to get too deep into it because this is under warranty. All I'm going to do is tweak the carburetor a little bit. I'm going to pull the plug out and just put a new plug in. I double checked the ground to make sure that it wasn't grounding it out, and it's not. And I'm probably going to put a spark checker in here. I'm going to put a new plug in just so I can eliminate that. Then I'm going to put a spark checker in here and see if there's spark when I pull it. So let me get that done. Then in the meantime, I'm going to try to make one running weed eater out of two junk weed eaters. Because I have used the crap out of this poor old weed eater here. And I have cut stuff 3/8 of an inch thick. This is supposed to take 0.80 string, and I've got 105 in there. And I've just abused it. And I've used it for 2 years really hard. And I'm not the least bit disappointed in it. It worked harder than it was designed to work for longer than they wanted to work. So anyway, I think I'm going to take the carb off of this, put it on that, see if I can make this work. I have ordered another one, and I had to order it because these are meant for short folks. And I had to order one that's meant for tall folks. It's 7 inches longer than, the shaft is 7 inches longer than either of these two. So I can't wait to get that. I should have that Wednesday or Thursday. All right, let me get to work. I'm just going to tinker with this a little bit. Plug is fine. It's working fine. It looks good. Nothing wrong with it. So I left it in the spark plug boot, and I cranked on it, and it sparks across here. So I'm not going to replace it, and it does have sparks. So now I got to look at fuel being the issue. Well, all I can think of, I ran the carburetor screws all the way in and then back out to where they were adjusted. And the way I do that, just a little trick, maybe this is something other people already know, but I'm a slow learner, and I cut little slots on the end of my screwdrivers. So when I stick it in, I can see where that slot is, and I can run the screw all the way in, half a turn, one turn, turn and a half. And however far I turn it in, that's how far I turn it out. Turn it back out a half a turn, half a turn, half a turn, and you're right back where the factory setting was. So that's a pretty good place to start. So that's all I did. Pull the plug out and left it in this spark plug boot. Pulled this. The spark plug had spark on it. So then I run the high and low speed screw in all the way and then back them out to the factory settings. I didn't mess with the idle screw. That's the idle adjustment here. And crank right up. So maybe I'm good. We'll see. Now I'm going to start on these. You know, I didn't tell you why I think that works. You know, these screws fit into tiny little orifices. And it's possible that a piece of trash gets sucked up and plugs up one of them orifices. You know, I've had it work a few times over the years. It's not a fix-all, but that's something I do try because it has worked often enough over the years that it's a simple thing to try. And that's what I believe. If you run these screws all the way in, it knocks out whatever was blocking the orifice, and then turn it back out to the factory settings, and it's as good as new, because it is running good as new. So that's the only explanation I have. You know, maybe wrong, but it has certainly worked several times over the years for me. So I gave that a shot. Anyway, I thought I'd explain why I think that works. And you know, like J0 says, I'm just a dude. I'm not a chainsaw mechanic. I'm just a guy who's experimented with many different ways trying to fix small engines, because they sometimes are a bit aggravating. Two junks enter, one junk leaves. Yeah, I got it working. Now I'll pull the parts off of that other one. What usable parts I can use down the road, and I'll stick them up under here where all my other junk parts are. And then, see, Ryobi, I mean, they're all junk, all of them. And I don't have a clue. I haven't even looked in. This is my chainsaw pruner head. And I'll show you. And that's very, very handy. I have an extension. I have a weed eater head for it. Never use it, but I've used this strictly for my chainsaw pruner. And I planned on using it on all them mayhaw trees I got out there, because you can reach up in things and trim limbs out without getting into the poison oak and poison ivy. Anyway, it ain't working. I put a new carb on it and still ain't working. So it's internal, and I haven't dug into it yet. I get tired of working on stuff that I need to use. I don't mind fixing stuff, but it pisses me off when I go to use something and I have to change plans and fix it before I can use it. And it's all the same crap. It's all Ryobi, weed eater, you know, Murray. It's all the same crap. And I finally, the one I've bought that's for tall folks is made by, it's Echo, which from what I understand is owned by Shindewa, Japanese company. So we'll see. I paid $215 for it because it's a special order for tall folks. So we'll see. I'll give her a little review of it after I put it through its paces. Anyway, that's all for today.
Coffee time at the Ponderosa. Good Sunday morning. Turn it up. Listen to there's a dove cooing. I guess that's what you'd call it, cooing. And we're just sitting here drinking our morning coffee. I'll shut up. I love this time of the day. No, you're sitting on my table muscle. Yeah, it's Sunday, but I am going to go work on the property I bought. I'm going to get a little work done on that. Yesterday I got all my equipment running again. And today I'm going to do a little bit of work on that property. Not hard, just a few little things. I'm going to get there's a fig tree that's just covered in poison oak. And it's got other little trees growing up in it. I'm going to cut all that away. and see if I can save that fig tree and pull all the vines off of it. And then I'm probably going to trim up the mayhaw trees so I can mow up close to them. It's a whole lot less weed eating. I'm not getting real deeply involved in hard work today. It's going to be 90, and it is Sunday. And Tuesday, I got a tree to cut and a fence to repair, not here. So let's drink that coffee. I just wanted to show you how dark I've gotten in just a couple of weeks of working outside. I turned brown as a June bug. And when I was a trucker, I used to have to go through a lot of the check stations. And whenever I would get brown like this, I would get pulled over all the time. So there is definitely some connection to skin color and getting pulled over.
I don't know what it says.
It's got an eyeball on the side of it, but I can't read the writing.
It's like a fish. I can't either. Something gin.
Gin, yeah.
Are you videoing?
Hendrick, what does it say?
Hendrix gin. Are you getting some film of it?
I am. I'm filming it right now.
I'm a waving at them. I wonder if they're waving at me. Remember we used to honk our horn in the big truck and they would wave at us?
Yeah.
And the balloons?
Yep.
Out around Albuquerque.
Well, we don't get out much, do we? This is pretty exciting.
I've never seen a blimp come over.
Not here, never. Seen them out west, out in the desert and stuff, and over stadiums.
Isn't it funny how it's like an ocean?
Yeah.
On the ocean,
very interesting.
Yeah, it's like being on waves. They go up and down, and they always. Dogs can't even look at that. I've watched them.
This dog is dreaming with her eyes open.
No, she did that yesterday.
Look at her eyes. She's running in her sleep. And she's got the rapid eye movement going. That is funny, funny, funny. You watching your girl, making sure she don't get hurt, protecting her. That's funny.